Cardi B just let Off to Cheat flip the script on her so she could come off her throne and put herself in the position of feeling misery over his clown behavior, all in an effort to keep this queen trapped so he can stay in his soft girl era.
When a man tells you he in his soft girl era.
I mean, I want a marriage that somebody's gonna, protect me and gonna provide, gonna go out here and work hard for me and make sure that I'm gonna be living my best life, you know?
Get somebody else to do it.
Like Martell said, some of these men are looking for the women who are going to get out there and work hard for them. They are ready to be taken care of and protected. And Offset himself, when talking about the type of woman he wanted, told Rolling Stone that he wanted real and he wanted successful. His mother was the man of his household, and that guys shouldn't try to stop their wives from being the best they can be. And in case you missed it, that's the same old hustle upgraded, where absurdly fashion-conscious men play emotional games to get financially successful women to pay them for the security of saying that they have a man. It's the oldest trick in the book, and that so-called security never even materializes because the men being paid are the women's biggest ops. And Cardi fell into the trap of giving her ops the blueprint on how to handle her before they even met. So this person knows exactly what to do to keep her in play. And nothing proved that more than when Cardi brought his latest foolishness to the internet. Because even though she finally recognized the pattern, she still couldn't stop herself from falling into the same emotional trap. This weekend, Cardi went on Spaces and dragged Off to Cheat in his new thing, and in the midst of giving them an ultimatum to apologize or else, she relayed that every single time that she finds peace, he comes to ruin it. Whether it's trying to provoke her compassion by allegedly intimating that he could be a danger to himself, or leaving nasty voicemails to try and destroy her sense of safety or self-esteem, or taunting her with other women in his life, sending revenge videos of their intimate moments to whoever she's dealing with, or playing games with the kids like not buying them Christmas gifts. It's all designed to keep Cardi trapped in an emotional spiral where she acts off of those emotions and ends up trying to appease her ego instead of paying this man and his party favors dust. So, because 8 years ago, Cardi B didn't know how to guard her heart with diligence, she bought into the keeping it real trick, where people are praised for just blurting out everything they are thinking and feeling in a bid to prove to others that they are authentic. Not understanding that moving in silence is just as much a winning emotional strategy as it is a business one. So when Cardi heard through the grapevine that Offset, part of trap's music's biggest groups, was feeling her and was interested in her, her initial response was, "I don't date rappers," which was fine, a short and sweet not interested. She could have kept it cute and moved on, but instead she went on to say, because she knows that these rappers like women. So imagine if she is intimate with him and falls in love and he's not trying to take her serious. And since at that time Cardi hadn't even released Bodak Yellow yet, she questioned why the famous rapper who could date any woman would even want her. So she revealed her insecurity and the fear of being intimate with him and not being taken seriously. And from the show Love and Hip Hop New York, Cardi had already revealed how it felt when the DJ that she was messing with at the time didn't believe in her or her music. So Offset took his cheat code and in his own words made a power move that had Cardi meeting up with him in what she thought was a chance meeting at an industry party, but instead was orchestrated by Offset because he had heard that she didn't date rappers. But according to a Rolling Stone interview, he saw her develop as an artist from the trenches all the way up, and he respected her grind. His interest in her grew and then exploded as she rose in celebrity. And he was like, he's on her, he likes her. So he had his publicist arrange a dinner for a select group of women, and he started gassing Cardi up, telling her that he liked her work ethic and how raw and confident she was, and how she put family first. And within the next month, he and Cardi had their first date at the 2017 Super Bowl. Cardi said that he was consistent. He put it down and basically was like, he's not stopping till he gets her. So Offset was acting like he was taking her seriously. And at that point, Cardi basically said, well, come get her then. So Offset had his end, and he started motivating Cardi to release her debut album and started making calls to help her get features on her album. At one point, the man who already had 3 children with 3 different baby mamas told Cardi that she was going to have his baby. To which Cardi said, we ain't having no baby, you have to marry her. Now, according to Cardi, the two talked of marriage, and she had even hinted at the idea in an August interview when she said it's never too early to get married now, and if he wanted to propose to her, he could. Cardi had always dreamed of a public proposal with the man getting down on one knee, to which Offset said he will never get on his knees. F out of here. And one night in September, mid-argument, when Cardi suggested that they just go ahead and get married, and Offset was like, you playing around? But Cardi said she was for real. So they got the license and called an Atlanta-based minister and had a secret wedding in Offset's bedroom, dressed in sweatsuits. But to Cardi, the ringless elopement with no dress and no makeup didn't feel real. And the next month, in October, even though no one knew she was married, Cardi announced to the world that she was single. But by the next day, she came back saying it was a misunderstanding over a stolen purple blanket, and that her man was gifted to her by Jesus.
Now why am I in it? And you could have did it.
See how I get wrong
because you never apologized.
A couple of weeks later, Offset got down on one knee during a concert because, as he told Rolling Stone magazine, he did it that way so she wouldn't think he was playing. Let the world see that ish. Cardi B went on IG and thanked Offset for seeing the potential in her, giving her advice and molding her and loving her, showing off her ring that Offset acted as if he wasn't even aware of the actual cost by saying that he must have spent $500,000 on that ring, which Cardi more than repaid in December when she bought him a custom Rolls-Royce Wraith and a diamond-studded Wraith watch for his birthday. This obviously had Offset not knowing how to act, because less than 2 weeks later, he was exposed for cheating on Cardi, who said that if he did that ish again, he was going to lose his wife. And while everyone initially thought that this was a reference to a Beyonce song, it was actually Cardi letting it slip that they were already married. A marriage which for some reason the two didn't admit to until people started dragging Cardi for letting Offset make her his 4th baby mama. And at the end of her tweet explaining that they kept the secret because they wanted privacy, Cardi says, at least you can stop saying she had a baby out of wedlock. But in December 2018, just 5 months after giving birth to their first child, Cardi B announced that she and Offset had grown out of love and they were not together anymore. Offset told us all that we won, like it was everybody else's fault that he kept cheating, allegedly. The two again reconciled, and by the end of 2019, Cardi had gifted Offset a fridge filled with $500,000 in cash for his birthday. Cardi filed for divorce 9 months later in September 2020, but by November that same year, she withdrew the divorce papers and bought Offset a Lamborghini. And 11 months later, in October of 2021, Offset bought Cardi a $1.5 million house in the DR, only to be gifted $2 million by Cardi 2 months later. Does anyone else see the pattern? This cycle stayed on repeat for the next 4 years, with 2 more children added to the mix. And judging by this most recent group chat that they added us all to, Offset just tricked Cardi into giving some relevancy to a woman who doesn't even have a label in his life, playing with Cardi's emotions to the extent where his wife actually caused this woman to validate her status as a wife and plays this other woman voicemails that Offset left Cardi to prove to the other woman that Offset is still contacting Cardi on the regular. And when that didn't elicit the response that she wanted, Cardi reached out to the woman again and let her know exactly how to get under her skin by saying she better not be in the house that she bought, which led to this other woman allegedly posting a video of herself in Cardi's home. Now hopefully this latest incident will finally wake Cardi up to the fact that this man has never been her husband. He's just the man she married. And she can break free from this toxic hustle that has her clinging onto her ops just because he once saw the potential in her. Let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.